Shalom, it's Eddie back with another video. You saw the thumbnail, you also saw the title. So today we're going to be talking about my experience being a black person in Egypt. Alright, if you don't know who I am, my name is Eddie. I'm a 23-year-old American who lives abroad full time. I'm currently residing in the country of Egypt. If that sounds interesting to you, then hit the subscribe button and subscribe to my channel. Alright, so this is like my first time filming on my camera for a really long time. I haven't popped this out for a while, but because I'm in this new apartment, I have a lot of natural light, which this camera works best in. Alright, so basically I've been living in Egypt now for almost 2 years, and I wanted to talk to you guys about my experience, okay, being a black American living here. So I have a couple of notes, we'll just kind of pop through them. So firstly, right, my thoughts before coming here. So before coming here, I was living in a country called Tanzania, and when it was kind of having some difficulties getting a long-term visa, I started to look for different options. And I had a couple people that actually came to Egypt that was living here in Egypt that I knew, and they were saying that they were having a good time and things like that. But personally, I was always under the impression that Egypt was racist. I don't know how this got into my mind. I don't know who started this in my mind, but I just always believed that you know, Egypt wasn't real Africa, and that they were, you know, Arabic, and they didn't enjoy black people when they were going to be disrespectful or mean or rude, or, you know, I was under that impression. And so that's what I truly believed before coming to the country of Egypt, right? But like I said, I had some friends that were in Tanzania with me. They ended up coming over to Egypt, and you know, their experience was pleasant, their experience was positive, and these were two African American women, by the way, right? And those are the people who online supposedly say they get treated the worst. And so I found it to be interesting, and so I said, okay, cool, well, maybe it's not as bad, but I still had that perception in my mind. All right, cool. So I finally do get here, and my first experience with another Egyptian was like the immigration, you know, passport control when you first come into the country. And so I come here, I give them my, you know, passport, and they're checking it and make sure everything was legit, everything was right. Cool, I get through, I go to the next layer, and they're checking for, they're giving the stamps, they're giving the, you know, stamps in your visa. And they see the passport, give me a stamp, pay the money, and I'm on my way. And so this was a pretty sharp contrast, because when I first came to Tanzania, when I was entering into the country, you know, I literally was seeing, I came on to Turkey. I came to Tanzania flying Turkish Airlines. So there was a lot of Turkish people there with me. My layover was in Istanbul. And so I'm seeing Turkish people on the opposite side, following, it's going in, getting straight through the passport control. While me, I'm still stuck here. I'm stuck at the booth because the woman who looks like me, same as that skin tone, right, is holding me up. She's not allowing me in. What are you doing here? Why are you coming here? Where are you gonna stay? How long are you staying here? Like, she's like pressing me. She's calling other people over and looking and laughing and Like I'm sitting here and there's 10 people going by, boom, 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 Turkish people going by, versus me, who you would think will be looking similar to them, was being held up. You know what I mean? I'm nervous. I've never gone through passport control a day in my life. You know what I mean? At the time when I went to Tanzania. And so I'm like, oh my goodness, are they going to turn me away? What am I going to do? I had to buy the flight. You know what I mean? I'm nervous. I'm getting stressed. I'm getting cheesed. You know, and that was my first experience entering into TZ. And so Egypt, smooth sailing. Tanzania, hiccups, right? What ended up happening in Tanzania was she called over the one who was above her. He was like, just let the guy through. Why you pressuring him? And I went through, and then that was it. But yeah, so just a pretty interesting concept. And okay, boom. So that was my first interaction with Egyptian, smooth sailing. Then as we continue on, right? When I realized that Egyptians really don't care about your skin tone. So I was going to like a small liquor store. They don't have liquor stores here. They're really just like this grocery stores, but they're tiny for the neighborhood. I'm going into one of those, hood on, backpack on, looking as if I was in America, I would be considered a hoodlum. So even in my mind, I'm nervous about walking into the store. This is when I was still kind of fresh here. And the guy who owns the store is reading the newspaper. I walk in, like I said, I got not a mask, I got a hood on, you know, backpack on, walking in the store. and then I'm a black male on top of it, walking into the store, and he literally doesn't even look up from his newspaper at all. You know what I mean? And so that's when I realized, okay, wait, these people are not even tripping, you know what I mean, about skin tone or different things like that. Because if I had done the same thing in a local store in my black community in Los Angeles, I would have been harassed by the Chinese store owner, without a doubt. I would have been stared at the entire time. They would have been watching me on the cameras. When I walk in the door, there's a ding. They would have said, take your backpack off. There would have been a lot more things to occur to me in Los Angeles, in a predominantly black neighborhood, a predominantly black area, than things that have happened to me here in Egypt. Now, I want to interrupt this video just to let you guys know, look, if you want to replace your 9-to-5 job in the next 6 weeks using what you already know on the phone in your hand, then click the link in the description, right? I have a 6-week accelerator program where I'm going to help you to create an online business in the next 6 weeks to replace your online job. Why am I qualified to do this? Well, I stopped working at the age of 21. 9 days after my 21st birthday, actually, was my last time ever working a job. I'm now about to be 24 here in a few months. And I've been living abroad, traveling abroad for 2.5 of those last 3 years, right? Yeah, about 2.5 of the last 3 years. So yes, I know a thing or two about making money online. I know a thing or two about escaping the matrix. I know a thing or two about replacing your job with online income. And right now, like, we're on the precipice of what I believe is the greatest opportunity to make money online, and that is the info product business. That is the info product space. You know, I'm going to teach you how you can use what you already know and the phone that you're watching this video on to bring in a substantial chunk of change. All right. Now, with that being said, let's continue on with the video. My first experience was the passport control, smooth. Okay, that was interesting. Then once I had that experience about me, like, basically going into the store in a way that would normally get me confronted or normally get me into situations in America, nothing even happened to me here. And that's when I realized, okay, they don't really care about race at all. And so now, being here for nearly 2 years, I can say I'm in Cairo right now. I don't live in Cairo, I live in a different city, but I can say right now I've been going through this huge city and I haven't ran into any problems, any racism. I've been seeing so many, a diverse group of people here, people from all different countries and all different ethnicities. I just met up with a woman yesterday from Nigeria who's been here just for a few days, but you know, she was saying herself, like, yeah, like, I haven't experienced anything myself either. And so I've come to the conclusion that whatever this myth is, that it's racist and they're going to spit on you and they're going to slap you with a pistol, like, I haven't experienced any of that type of stuff in my 2 years of being here, right? But I will like to caveat this, right? Because I'm pretty sure there's going to be a lot of new people who are watching this. I would like to caveat this by saying that my experience may not be your experience, right? Your experience may not be my experience. I know there are people who can come to this exact same country and have a completely and totally different experience, right? And I just believe that everyone has their own, I don't know, vibration that they carry. And there's going to be different, like, what happened to me may not happen to you, right? And so I believe that it's best for you to come to the country and try it out yourself versus letting someone else tell you that it's going to be some way or that it's not going to be some way. Because if I had let the opinions of others control me even coming to Africa, I wouldn't have came, because it's disease, it's poverty, it is scammers, right? It's a land of just this misery. They don't even have houses, there's lines everywhere, right? That's what I would have believed had I just listened to other people. You know, I would say a more credible source is for these people who are saying it's this and it's this and it's this. Tell them, show me your passport, show me your stamp. Show me your passport, show me your stamp. Show me that you even been to this country, right? And that's a better marker of people have real experience in the country or not. All right, guys, so that's gonna be it for me in this video. If you guys want to come to Egypt, I suggest you try it. You know what I mean? It's been a fantastic country for me. If you want to visit here, visit here. If you want to visit Senegal, Cambodia, Philippines, Thailand, if you want to visit North Dakota, for all that matter, just go and experience it for yourself, right? And if you're going to take advice from anybody, take advice from someone who actually has been in that country, lived in that country, been in that city, lived in that city, been in that state, lived in that state. Don't take advice from people who haven't actually done what you want to do, okay? So that's important, all right? But with that being said, thank you for liking today's video, subscribing to the channel, and leaving a comment and sharing this video with a friend. See you guys in the next one. Y'all willing. Shalom.